And welcome to How to Get Teens to Come to Your Library. Teenagers are generally considered the most difficult demographic for libraries to attract. However, Butte County has had some unique challenges over the past few years. A dam breach and several catastrophic fires were severely traumatizing to the community and led to mass displacement in more than one part of the county. Couple that with the 2020 COVID pandemic, and you have a library system that really had its work cut out for it when it came to welcoming patrons back to the library generally. Attracting teens who had been through so much seemed to be an insurmountable task. But then the Stronger Together Out of School Time grant was offered. Our library seized the opportunity. The timing seemed perfect. The grant would offer us all the support we needed to create the kind of environment in which teens could thrive. One of our librarians who had previous experience with the grant crafted a beautiful vision for our library, and we were all so excited when we got word that our application had been approved. And then we lost the librarian who wrote the grant. So the powers that be gave the grant to these two: an adult services librarian, that's me, and my trusty library assistant sidekick, that's me. Frankly, we were as surprised as everyone else. We did not have the original vision, but we did have the paperwork and enough enthusiasm to recharge an entire fleet of Teslas. So, using only the paperwork and our enthusiasm to guide us, we set out on our epic journey. Now, the grant's original objectives were very straightforward: provide the teens with the opportunity to develop soft skills, supplement library awareness with social emotional training, connect the teens to the community through tasking them with developing makerspace programs for younger kids, give them scholarship money upon completion of the program. Seems like a winning formula for getting teens to use their library, right?
Yeah, not so much. The TLC did attract teens, but they weren't connecting with each other. They did all the tasks required of them and learned all about the library, and then they left and didn't come back. We realized we had to reassess our strategies, so we took a hiatus over the summer and regrouped. Our revisited outcomes focused on developing their confidence, whether they were working independently, leading a group, or working as a team member. Relationship building with staff, the children they worked with, and each other was key. Teens still practice workforce skills, but they also were encouraged to demonstrate curiosity, and we wanted them to be able to get hands-on experience with new technologies and be able to articulate what they were learning to others. Staff appreciated their presence and the valuable assistance they were able to provide. And as the program progressed, the teens became more and more confident about asking questions and taking initiative. Impact was measured through several avenues, including an exit survey and Padlet, which serves as a landing space to collect photos and digital materials and provides teens with the reflection section. This is where they assess their experiences in the makerspace with the learning materials like Habitudes. We also give each teen a personal journal at the start of their cohort to record their private thoughts on the program, which turned out to be one of the teens' favorite things. We addressed the technology gap by giving the teens more one-on-one time with makerspace technology. This gave later cohorts the confidence to get more experimental and tech focused in their program design. While we aren't able to continue the TLC specifically, the spirit of the program lives on. Our teen advisory group is finally gaining some traction, and the members are spreading the word to other teens in the hopes of growing the program. We're so happy that we're able to facilitate the strong connections that the teens made while participating. They were absolute strangers prior to this program. Now they're going to movies together, buying each other birthday presents, and brainstorming literary program for other teens and for one another. And of course, they're hanging out in the library. But there are also practical plans for carrying forward the spirit of the Stronger Together grant at Butte County Library. This fall, we plan to introduce a makerspace-focused version of the homeschool program that is currently very successful at one of our other branches. And the TLC has provided the model that we'll be offering to teen volunteers assisting with the program.
Ultimately, the key to our program's success was providing teens with opportunities to connect with each other. Forming strong partnerships and being proactive with outreach gave teens the opportunity to meet us face to face, which helped us to break through some significant barriers that were inhibiting them from feeling connected to our library. And so the best recommendation we can make to other libraries facing similar challenges is to lead with authenticity and to never give up. Thanks so much for listening to our presentation.
Thank you.